recording. So, hi everyone. A very warm welcome from Lake Turnasee. So, I have here a second phone, and I'm now spotlighting for everyone the lake. Stop share a little bit. So, for information, this place where I'm now is the St. Primus, the region St. Primus, and the Lake Turnasee. And this is the place where we are planning to have each year our festival. And as we are talking today on our GloCha Contest Community Call about additional awards and also about partnerships and edutainment programs, I thought it's good that I come here to this place and that we have our call located here at this festival venue to give you some inspiration, because this place where we are at is very unique in terms of beauty and importance also for our work. So our call today is on additional awards and entertainment programs and festival planning. So now let's go to the draft agenda. A brief overview about the contest and the logic, timelines, awards, and so as an intro for those who might be new to the community, and some updates. Then we will focus today on additional awards. As you know, we have two main awards in our contest, the Future Creator Visual Art Award and the Future Creator Music Award, which is associated with $2,500 each. But we aim to build a movement and a global community of people and organizations that aim to support the global goals implementation with the power, culture, and music. And so we are open for partnerships. Our partners can introduce special awards, which are then also handled on our awards platform. And we have here with UN Habitat Youth Program, with UN Environment, Early Warning and Data Analytics branch, long-lasting partnership already, and we are still discussing how exactly the awards will be named, that these our partners will be patrons of. But today's call is here to provide some clarity, and then in the coming days we will introduce on the submission platform this additional awards category and these additional awards as subcategories to which people can submit their proposals. We will go into details of the additional awards, the tentative list of additional awards later. But one important element is also to provide this idea and this vision of a GloCha festival. We will have for sure this year our first festival. We've had last year micro festival, and this year we will have some kind of a small festival to really prepare the ground for a big annual gathering. And we have Tom with us also, who will say a few words after my main introduction to the contest. And because Tom has been here, and we have last year already had some activities as this micro festival last year. And then we will present some outlook about the next steps and developments. And there will be also the possibility for everyone here on the call in the community to speak up, to ask questions, get clarifications, or make suggestions. So the contest, it is in support of the UN Summit of the Future. It's the logic of my organization that we aim to empower everyone everywhere to take meaningful and rewarding action for the global goals, supporting the UN system and helping to provide a good life for all. And this year, the most important conference of the UN system is the Summit of the Future, which will take place on the 22nd and 23rd of September. And with our contest, we create a communication channel from local artists wherever they might be in the most disadvantaged places, and then dare to this global gathering, the UN Summit of the Future at UN headquarters, New York, where we have our conference and exhibit, and also we are bringing the artwork to the UN Climate Summit in Baku. And so we are calling visionaries, artists, innovators, musicians, storytellers to come up with visions of a desirable future, new ideas, and also somehow pointing to making calls to action, highlighting issues that the global community should look at. We aim to inspire this UN Summit of the Future and UN Climate Change Conference, but at the same time, we are also building the Global Challenges Action Network, GloCha, the Partnership for Citizens and Youth-Focused Global Challenges Action Empowerment. And with the contest, we have two main awards: Future Creator Visual Art Award, Future Creator Music Award, and they come with $2,500 prize money each. And additional awards we will speak about at today's call in more depth. Timeline: now the submission page has been launched 1st of July. Submission page closes 20th of August. Public voting period will be between 1st August and 1st of September. So for 2 weeks, there will be still submission open, but public voting already open. And then we will have our festival here between the 3rd and the 7th of September. And here we will come together with our partners and curators and make a decision regarding the winners of the awards, where we will consider the public voting, but also some aspects of artistic value and potential distortion based on the social media mobilization power of the artists. So it should not be, the winner should not be dependent only on what a big following he or she has, but also really how it is globally relevant and how experts are assessing the value of this artwork. We will announce the winners at a conference at UN headquarters just 2 days before the UN Summit of the Future. We have an exhibit space at the UN headquarters. And this will provide a lot of visibility to artists, and we will celebrate the winners also at the climate conference in Baku in November. As mentioned already, these additional awards are a way for us to build partnerships and to build a community. And for this, there will be a 4 or 5 days festival here at this place where we are now at the Lake Turnasee. You see on the images here also the cultural center, where we will have some kind of edutainment show. We are also planning on the 19th of September at the UN headquarters, New York, a 1-hour edutainment show, really trying to have a proof of concept that we can bring these global goals and with youth-focused narratives and celebrities engagement and beautiful art and music, that we can bring this to the living rooms of the people all over the world and really move the people and convince them that they also should take action and support policies of their governments and leaders in this field. We have a special dimension with our program, our creative community outreach. It's digital collectibles-based resource mobilization that we have developed in the context of the UN climate program with support of the Austrian government. And we will work with those artists that will agree so, and those partners who will be interested in that we will then turn artwork into digital assets and trying to mobilize with this digital collectibles financial resources for local level, youth-focused climate action project and SDGs projects. So there's some images from the places where our winners will be. There is this curved wall space in the lower right corner. It's the curved wall space at UN headquarters, New York, where we have an exhibit for 2 weeks before the UN Summit of the Future. And we have a digital innovation pavilion led by my organization at the climate conference, where we will also have uh, exhibits on the screens in video loops and special events for this. And here information about the conference at the UN headquarters on 19th of September with UN Habitat and UNEP. So this is the, the communication channel from the contest, from which identifies these creative assets, these new ideas, and these sources of social energy for global goals implementation, and then bringing it to the UN headquarters so that there it might have a transformative impact somehow, bringing new ideas and new energy to the UN system. And now, perhaps now a word to Tom Mojica, our creative community outreach leader and tech leader of our GloCha contest, also great experts in digital art, in NFTs, technology. And Tom, please tell some views from your side on what you think we are doing, why it's relevant, and perhaps also the place where I'm sitting now. You've been with me here last year. Perhaps you want to comment on this as well, please.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Miro, for the introduction. Well, yes, I laugh because Miro always called me an expert, but yes, I've been working with digital art since a long time ago. And I'm also an artist, and I've worked with NFTs, with digital art, with galleries, and all from the perspective of social impact and environmental impact. And that's why Miro last year invited me to a working session in Klagenfurt in Austria. And we explore all the possibilities about doing this festival this year. And we went to all the venues that you can see in the presentation. And yes, I think that the infrastructure for these activities are there. I think that it will be very successful when it happens. Yes, I would like everybody here, artists or key opinion leaders in their themes or regions or countries, help us to spread the word, because I think that we can reach a lot of people and we can do a positive impact. Yes, it's a beautiful place. You can see the lake over there. It's like a dream for me, that I come from the Caribbean. You know, I'm used to beach and palm trees. But when you see a lake and this kind of forest, you know, you get a different kind of inspiration. So thank you, Miro, for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to keep working with you all. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Tom. We are very happy to have you on our team because you have a lot of experience and very powerful networks. Perhaps briefly also to updates regarding our contest, so just that you are informed how submissions are developing. We have now about 25 people who have registered on the platform. We have two people who have submitted already. Others are still experimenting a little bit. As you know, we have still more than a month to go till the deadline. And so people are experimenting. We have the goal to have around 500 submissions, and we are quite confident that we will be successful with this. And to reach these 500 submissions, we have also these additional award categories, which will help to mobilize the networks of our partners. One additional award category is Street Art Award, which we are planning in partnership with UN Habitat Youth Program. Doug Reagan might join us a little bit later. He has registered for the event that we had yesterday a preparatory call for today's call, in which he said that he will join us today. We've had last year, it was already 3 years ago. We had our COP26 Digital Art for Climate contest, and there we have received a submission from Matare informal settlement, so from people living in the slum who have then used a mural to communicate to their fellows in the informal settlement the need for energy transition and for working together for a safe environment and green future. And inspired from that, we said, let's do this on a global level. Let's try to find similar initiatives or others that are also looking at the global and local common good with murals. And UN Habitat will set up a panel of experts who will then verify ownership and authenticity of this kind of submissions. And then we have our partners from UN Environment, Early Warning and Data Analytics branch. We are working with them primarily on data and digital innovation in the sense of the challenges mapping and citizen science, which was presented at the last community call and also at the UN Science, Technology and Innovation side event early May, which can be also watched on UN Web TV. But now we are going to introduce also an award for which the patronage will be with UN Environment. Yigang, okay, Yigang, would you like to say a few words about this, what we've discussed yesterday, or shall we still let it get more mature?
Hello, Mr. Miro. Hello, colleagues.
Hi.
Hi. It's a big pleasure to join the happy gathering again. So my name is Yigang Li, and I'm the data and media strategist for the Chief Office of Early Warning and Data Analytics branch. So what we were proposing here is give the channel of the One Map, which can be digital platform that to invite the artists worldwide to contribute to this very action. And I believe that's with the guidance from our colleagues, especially from Dr. Miro, it's going to be a win. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jigang. And you are doing really great work, which we will then present also with our exhibit at UN headquarters, New York, and also at the conference. And yesterday, the young participants in our team, they were really enthusiastic about the engagement opportunities and the innovations that you are bringing with the One Map. So really very happy to have our cooperation here. And I see a hand raised, Joanne Marie Kelly, please.
Hi, well, thank you for all your attention to this subject and the promotion of this action. Hopefully we can get the whole world involved and people from around the world involved. I just wanted to get a little more clarity as to the exhibitions that you're having. So the work will be, images on a say a loop and videos on a loop, or are you planning on having any material work, or will the work be projected consistently, or it's on a loop, or how I'm trying to visualize the exhibition. What does it look like?
Okay, so here on this slide, you see here in the corner, lower right corner, how it looked like 2 years ago. So it is
Oh.
there are roll-ups presenting the solutions, which you also see in this overview of the conference on the 19th. And the contest is one of the GloCha solutions that we are bringing to the UN headquarters. We are planning to have something like 4 TV screens on which we will then have the artwork and some stories also from the participating artists in a video loop with subtitles, because it's there on the hallway, so we cannot turn up the volume very high. So yeah, and our curators and also with Tom and experts like him, we will identify how to best to present the artwork in a way that it is really paying tribute to the efforts of the artists, and but in line with the space and the tension limitations that we have there. It is one of
So,
the solutions that we are bringing. It's the most important, but there will be also other content presented on roll-ups there.
do all the images have to be NFTs?
No, it's not necessary. It's only those who will agree to be minted, and but all submissions will be in digital format, either video files, image files, animations. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Do you have a written space for the content to write
yes.
about the concepts?
Yes, it is. We have our submission page, and
Mhm.
there is a special segment is about the story and
Okay.
about the artist, because this is a very important component of the competition. That we say it's we want new stories of
Mhm. Mhm.
culture-led, culture-inspired.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, I'll put it out to all networks I have. I've been a professor in Singapore at a university for 18 years, and I've worked in India
Amazing.
at another university. I'm going to tell all the students, and it sounds great.
Yeah, and it's really we aim to build a movement. So it's really we are here to stay. So it's and we've done contests already since 2012. We've started with the Rio Plus 20 Global Youth Music Contest in support of the Rio Plus 20 conference on sustainable development, or it was called sustainable development, and yeah, ever since then we've seen that this is the communication channel that young people love. They really feel confident, and young people and also ordinary citizens, they for people, music is very dear to the hearts, and visual art has also one image is telling more than 1,000 words, and therefore we are now building the community. We are developing the framework, the conceptual framework, the tools, and also we are raising resources that we will be a big community, and that creatives who work with us, that they will also have revenues from them. So we really want to build a creative economy ecosystem with our contest, which can be also regarded as a creative assets mining endeavor. Those artists who are doing artwork related to SDGs and climate, that we find them and that we then bring them to global audiences that are interested in this kind of content, and that we then bring to the artists also resources from the monetization of this. These things are very much also in development. So one could say the contest and these 2 main awards, $2,500, this is fixed. This we are promising, but many other elements are visions, and we need our partners to work also with us on implementing these plans, and the festival, the annual gathering here, is supposed, from the logic of the community and the initiatives, that this will be the place where we will intensively work together and then really grow significantly. And I see
Fantastic.
Morris Mburu raised his hand or her hand. Morris.
Hi, good, I don't know if it's good evening, everyone.
Yes, afternoon in Austria, but it's fine.
Yes, my name is Morris Mburu. My artistic name is Halisi Mondre. I am, I have been part of climate activism. I'm a 24-year-old Kenyan, but currently studying law in Rwanda, specializing in intellectual property law. I started climate activism 3 years ago, and I was the first artist to perform at the Youth Environment Assembly in Nairobi, and also later Youth Environment Assembly in Stockholm, Sweden. I've also performed on various ECOSOC online platforms, and yeah, this is a very important topic and very dear to me, because I have not found a community that I can engage with in terms of what the future holds for activism, because this is activism, use of art to influence change. I have been able to get some few awards, like creative awards with the Red Crescent, which was a global award. And I'm very happy to discuss one of the things that as we continue we need to like look into, and also I'm looking into it myself, is institutionalizing activism, because there are very few creators who will get, who are part of this, who are part of activism, proportionate to, let me stop the video. There are very few artists as compared to the number of creatives that we have in the world. We'll have like 20%, and here in Africa it's like 5%. Only the few artists that have been able to get exposed to the UN system are feel the need to use their art to influence change, and that's a conversation that we need to change. And that's why you find in these global platforms, you'll find very few artists who are of African descent or from Africa itself expressing themselves and aligning themselves to where the future is, because this is where the future is. Looking at the awards that you guys are planning to do, the program of assets, creating revenue for art, it's in line with what we have been doing. For example, I have my own organization. It's called Halisi Organic Ventures. I have used my art. I have released 2 albums so far with climate songs in them, and other also songs in them, Afrobeat, of course. And I've been able to fundraise and engage the community. We do avocado oil production, we do lip balm production, and right now we have already created a platform. It's called Omoka. It's in my slang. It's called get out of poverty. That's what we say Omoka means. And this platform, one of its aspects is that we find that when you are fundraising, especially here in Africa, you have to have a smartphone, you have to have PayPal, you have to have this complicated online payment system, whereas in Africa we use mobile money. So our platform is leveraging on mobile money. That's the main aspect. Second, our platform, you use your art to fundraise. When people fundraise, when you create a project and you fundraise for it, the people that contribute to your project, they are able to download your content. Secondly,
Maurice, may I ask that it will not be too long because we have altogether 60 minutes, but just to confirm that your voice and your expertise is very welcome, and we will have our community call on resource mobilization in 2 weeks, and there we will give you also possibility for a more in-depth presentation of the solution that you have developed, and then we will see how we can bring things together.
One more sentence, just one more sentence, as I conclude. We are planning to, but we can also do it in 2 weeks from now. But it's kind of urgent that, so that we can fast track those submissions to 500 and get enough. Especially, I'm talking about the Africa concept. We are planning to do a webinar training on activism and encouraging the artists to produce content. And if the timeline is 1 month and we do the webinar for 2 weeks, then we will have enough submissions from Africa creatives so that they can also get a chance to do it. So thank you very much. I think I've really talked a lot. I hope I have not bored anyone. I'm really sorry.
It was very valuable, very interesting, very much appreciated. And also the idea for a webinar, capacity building workshop for African artists, that's a good suggestion. We will stay in contact and try to implement this also with you involved. And also we have Dauda from Nigeria, who is also a team member. And Africa has huge potentials. Let's tap into this and bring it to a global audience for a better world.
Thank you.
Lee Demora has raised the hand.
Yes, hi, Lee Demora, Dr. Lee Demora from Plymouth Marine Laboratory in the UK. I'm a system modeler and I do a bit of work with turning model data and simulations into music. I submitted a piece the other day, but I couldn't tell if the interface was ready yet. Like there was a lot of sort of filler text and lorem ipsum and all sorts of strange stuff. Is that resolved now?
It's resolved now. Yeah. Yesterday I improved it. It is.
Okay,
but we will still improve things as we will coming days add now these additional awards main category, under which then these additional awards will be people can submit their artwork also for the subcategories of the additional awards. So and we will stay in communication with those who have submitted if there's any significant changes that they can review and reconsider. We have also to based on this call on resource mobilization, which we will have in 2 weeks. We will then also this will have an impact also on our terms of reference. But in general, for these main awards and the basic construct of the competition, this will have no big impact.
Okay,
but,
so just to confirm,
it is work in progress, but it is operational, and I've seen your submission. I watched the video. It's very inspiring.
Okay, so we don't have to resubmit if the...
No, you don't need to resubmit, no.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
So, any other questions? No, perhaps we go back now to the additional awards, because we are happy to have today also with us Lucia from the International Academy for Art and Cultural Studies. And we have also Elisabeth. Last time on the call, you suggested that we have work with or create opportunities for the artists in the refugee camp in the northern Syria that you are working with, and we certainly would be happy to to support their activities. We cannot lead them, but we would certainly support it. I said we would also reserve $250 for this, and you would with the music teacher, or what the role was of your local partner, there would needed to be a procedure how to bring these submissions on our platform and how to make the selection process. But we certainly love the idea of giving opportunities to refugees to communicate to the world with our contest. And then I would, Elisabeth, we can communicate bilaterally also, and then share our conclusions and agreement in the WhatsApp group also. So that's the main communication channel for the community. And now, Lucia, if you could be so kind and tell a little bit of about your MAP, your Art Children Artist Learning Program initiative that you have, and where you see possibilities to create synergies with our program.
Good morning and good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Pauza. I hope it's loud and clear enough for everybody to hear me. I'm the executive director for International Arts Academy based in New York, and our entity serves exclusively for the United Nations headquarters here in New York, and specifically serving the Office of UNITAR, which we call the UNITAR NYO. So our organization is focusing on youth, art and culture in concentration of cultural diplomacy programs. For instance, thank you very much, Mr. Pauza, for mentioning this youth art education development programs. And right now we're creating I use art education programs for after-school programs for across the border of Oriental countries and Spanish-speaking countries. For now, we have, this is an existing program that we have started about 1 year ago. And first, we're testing the water in mainland China and Macau and Hong Kong. Mainly in mainland China, we have collected over 3,000 participations, mainly between the age of 5 to 14 to 15 years old. And this is one of the collected books we have produced last year, which is part of our urban regeneration programs for the youth education development. We invite the youth to participate by submitting the one painting or digital art, and we gave the content called The World in My Eye. We want to give the youth an opportunity to show to the adults, to the world, how the world looks like exactly in their vision. And we together collaboratively with museums and galleries to give exhibition opportunities for the youth to participate, not only just to show their artworks, but also having this opportunity to bring their parents to museums and galleries, and to have the younger generation, to have the youth to be the curator of the arts, of the exhibition of the world in their eye for their older generations, for their parents. So instead of having the elders teach the youth what the world looks like, we have the youth to teach the elders how the world looks like in their eye. And we have restarted this program already for the season of 24 to 25 in collaboration with Oriental countries and mainly Latin American countries, which we're inviting the kids not only submit the artwork of theirs, the painting, sculptures, you name it, and in the same time we're asking, or we're inviting the children to also give a writing content in description of, to describe the vision of theirs. And last year we had the theme called the Future City, and this year we're hoping to have the theme to focus on edutainment, the best style of youth education that the kids are looking forward, and under the under the main content of cultural diplomacy. And in the same time, we're trying to find similarities in between cross cultures, cross generations, cross countries, cross culture background, cross religions, to have the use art as a format to show the language, to show the education, to show the culture background that they have had from their hometown. So this is the current programs that our organization is working on, and we're very excited and appreciate for Mr. Paul's invitation to jointly participate in the September event and also the culturally event by GloCha. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lucia. We are really delighted to have you as a partner, because we can learn from one another and we can help one another to grow your experience, also with working with galleries, developing capacity building programs. This is very important to really have a sustained impact with art, because it's very often these kind of artists' interventions, like a tsunami, like a concert or so. It's a lot of positive energy, but if it's not channeled into action and impact and into structures and communities, then the energy is lost after a few days or a few weeks. It's just faded memory. But if we work with the right institutions, if we really build capacities of children especially and artists to be in our ecosystems for creative economy and edutainment connected with UN goals, then we will see the creation of a better world together. And thanks. And I also believe that with you, we will have good chances to fulfill our submissions goal of 500 easier.
Thank you very much. Very delighted to be part of it.
Super. Maurice, you raised your hand again. Is that right, or is it still from before?
Yeah, mine is just a question to International Arts Academy. Not a question, but a suggestion. As we prepare for the webinar for African artists, I'd request that we engage with International Artist Academy so that we can share what we have in terms of what we thought that we could create a small curriculum, and then they can also add for us what they think the artists need. And then like 1 week before the webinar, for those that will do the webinar, I've heard there is a person I can collaborate in Nigeria. We can have like a 1 week training with International Artist Academy, like a TOT program, and then we move to the 2 weeks. Just a question.
Thank you very much. So I'm really appreciative for your engagement and passionate for the youth and art culturally exchange programs or developing programs. And so our agency, International Arts Academy, we have, I have to say we're a very young academy or very young entity. We have opened our gate by end of last year, chaired by Ambassador Swazo. And we are very excited to contribute as any way to this September collaboration in the UN headquarters, where actually our office home based. And I'm very excited and looking forward to receive any further information from your end. And we're happy to contribute as any way as we could be.
Okay. Now we will connect everyone who can play and contribute to this capacity building webinar for African artists. That's certainly very much appreciated. So are there any further questions or comments in general to the Elisabeth? You have mentioned also that there's an art contest from worldpeace.org. Would you like to share more information about that?
Yes, the World Peace Society was founded in 1955 from a I don't know the Japanese man who founded it, but since then all over the world peace bowls are put on special places, and a peace bowl is a piece of wood with the words "May peace prevail on earth" in different languages, and you can find there are more than 300,000 peace bowls in all over the world placed. We have one in Lienz too. And every year they offer a kids artist contest. And last year the kids from the refugee camp in Syria also make drawings about. Every year there is a special theme for the artist, and kids all over the world send their drawings, and I don't know how they find the best from thousands of pictures. So I thought maybe you can find good partners when you get in contact with this organization. They have a lot of experience in organizing art contests for kids all over the world.
This sounds very interesting, and I've just today also learned from Tom, our creative community outreach lead and tech lead, that there is an art competition by SDG Action Campaign, and it's really very interesting that they have, I would say, 90% similar contest concept, and so in general to say there are many initiatives out there, and we are open to cooperation. We will reach out to the SDG Action Campaign. I've shared the link there in the chat as well. But I believe that we are the most systemic in our approach, in how we aim to build a community, how we aim to really connect it with challenges and in enablement of action and impact. But we want to have engaged everyone, so that means we have to also be open to cooperate with all initiatives that are aiming for similar goals. And thanks for sharing the information. We will look at them, learn from them, and then see if we can approach them to create synergies also. Thanks. Sol, you have written something in the chat. Please take the floor. Our GloCha angel, Sol Moran-Rosa.
Hi, thanks, Miroslav. Hi, everyone. I'm super inspired hearing everybody's contributions, and of course, everything that you bring to the table today with the competition. So at the moment, I'm involved with 2.5 music projects. But I heard someone talk about May Peace Prevail, and I remember that project from a long time ago. You're right, I'm amazed it's hundreds of thousands. And because part of SDG's piece is part of it, we're working on a song with potentially people to sing from all over the world together through Playing for Change, which is like, that's what they do. They make music with people from all over the world for International Peace Day this year. And part of what the purpose of the song is to use the campaign to shine a spotlight on peace organizations. So some of the organizations are starting to like make alliances and join and find each other and realize there's many of them, and then there's like new ones popping up. It feels like there's like a little wave around that. So just to put that on people's calendars. I don't know how relevant it is for the competition, but Miroslav, maybe you can guide me on that and we can think about it separately if it's relevant. And then separate to that is also, I'm thinking of the timing of the competition and maybe to use it as like a light buzz, because we're working on something to launch at COP30, which is like a long time away, but maybe to use it as like a stepping stone in the competition to like, you know, I don't know, do it this year, do it next year. I don't know. Basically, if to present it earlier and then use it as a build-up or not. If that's relevant for all parties involved, it could be interesting. And then when we come out with it later, it also brings with it the name of the competition and builds up some of the leading up to that. Anyhow, and it's with Together, so you're familiar with that.
Yes. Okay,
Thanks.
wonderful. Very happy to see you again, and thanks for reminding us of the importance of peace. Elisabeth, it's really so much needed in this world, really to have a safe future and a good life for all. And as regards COP30, we certainly are planning to have activities at the climate conference next year in Brazil. We are speaking with Maria Paula Fidalgo, who is a celebrity in Brazil and has she will be also with us at the conference, Summit of the Future conference, GloCha conference on 19th of September. And there we will try to connect with the Brazilian presidency. We are in conversation with the Entertainment and Culture Pavilion at COP. They have been at the COP28 this year with quite a big success, and they will be with us also in New York. And yeah, and also we will have next week our GloCha community talk focusing on cities, and there, especially with those cities which have ambitious climate goals, and therefore we expect that in the coming years our focus of the contest will be again more on climate. This year it is on to support the Summit of the Future, because we regard it as the most important event of the UN system this year. But in the future we will focus again more on the climate crisis, as it's so huge. Gail, you have raised your hand. Please take the floor.
I'm sorry, Miro, it's good to hear your voice and see everyone here. And it's very unfair, Miro, that you're out there and that's sunny and we see that there's at least wind blowing. Okay, it's really unfair. We have nothing blowing here. It's too hot. So hi, everyone.
I
hey,
will
Christina.
jump in the water later and think of you. So if you will get a refreshing energy from the universe, you will know it is for me and the lake here.
Miro, that's really unfair right now with all this heat here. Hi, Christina. Hi, Marianne. Hi, everyone. So as you all know, the HLPF is going on, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So Miro, you'll be very happy to know one of the meetings
You are muted now, Gail. We cannot hear you.
Why is that happening? I keep going to mute. Okay. So you'll be happy to
hear you again, yeah.
Okay, great. So you'll be happy to know, the HLPF is going on. So I made an intervention on one of the meetings around biodiversity for IAAI, okay? Because, soil is a very important thing. Biodiversity is a very, very important thing. And I was hoping to see Christina there too, but I haven't seen a lot of people because we're all running. But anyway, I made an intervention. At every meeting I'm going to, I'm making an intervention about arts and the importance of that, okay? So as you know, we also do the Creators 2030 and so forth. And so I've been making an intervention about what I need to know is it's okay to reference the IAA GloCha, what you're doing with the contest. Is it okay for us to talk about that?
Yes, please do so. Advertise it everywhere. You see also at the end of this presentation, you will see our social media channels. Please, everybody, share the calls for submissions, call for participation in the community calls. Yeah, let's build the movement. Now we are ready, and we are
And so
going.
my last question, which I'm so glad to see Miss Marianne Solbroza, because if everyone doesn't know, her father is an amazing musician. But I wanted to say something because, you know, Marianne, maybe you and I can get together offline. We've been trying to do that and our schedules haven't allowed. But Miro, I wanted to put something before you and Christina and the team. You know, in '98, I started out with Quincy Jones at the UN, okay, as a volunteer. And so, you know, we all work our full-time jobs from then and stayed, and it started really when my mother passed away in 2012. So there was a song that started out and it's called Together We're Never Alone. It's been out there for a while. It's not to make a Grammy or anything, but in 2023 with UNDGC, when Awa was there, we did an event for building the world with music, okay, and art. And so during that time, the song was played there. What I think that could happen that might be helpful for what you're doing at GloCha, we use the clips of the work that we did as an organization. And I think that might be something that might be a great idea here, Miro. We use clips from our travels, okay? So that made it involve everybody from around the world, okay? What if we did something like that here? Where, so in our song, in the video, instead of doing a video with, instead of doing a video where people go out and they do a music video, right? What about an idea of having people do a music video with what's going on in their locale? Because that's
What's
where
going on in where?
their locale, their city.
Okay.
Okay? Because then you get the world. And you can break, and that can be part of what is submitted for part of the contest. So if you have a music artist and he's from Austria, let's say, around the lake that you're going to go swimming in and it's hot here. But let's say someone is an artist and, you know, Austria has a beautiful lake, right? And they want to speak about climate and how that is, but they really are an artist and they sing very well, okay? Maybe they can play their music against the backdrop of the lake and what people are getting out of the lake. I'm just saying as an idea, okay? Or if they're somewhere in Kenya and they're an artist and they start to share that, you know what I mean? That might be something that could be an idea. And the reason why I brought that up, we had clips from around the world, from indigenous and everything, and it made the biggest difference for that video. What if you did that here? I don't know if it could be a special channel or area of I'm sorry, my words today are not great. A special area of the submission where they can win an award, you know? Something like, what's your country like? Or arts,
good, yeah.
or arts in my country. That's where you'll really get people involved.
Yeah.
Arts in my country. I just put it there in the chat. Arts in my country.
Yeah, please, if you put the proposal in the chat, and also Christina and Sol have already commented support for this idea. And in general, we have we think that the localization of challenges, identification and localization of challenges is really a very important element towards harnessing the power of culture and music for action and impact. And so really that people sing in the context of their space, their locality, their city, and identify there the challenges and the action potentials. That's very relevant. And we have to think how we create a framework for this. And we have now this call out for the Summit of the Future. And there we have our timeline, and it's a question how quickly we can set up such an additional channel, you said, or area for submission. But we can already envisage to have an ongoing call for submissions relatively soon, and not beyond this Summit of the Future effort, because if we have quite a lot of work and activities and planned additional awards already. So if we add, it might be.
I don't mean
much,
to make
but
extra work for you, Miro. I just thought, as I was listening in, I just thought, arts and, if we really want to get everybody in, I just thought that arts and my country, or maybe you can make it what's already there. That's what I came up with. Let me just type it again. Arts.
Yes, please.
And I already put it in there. Christina saw it, but arts in my country. Arts and my country. That is the coolest kind. And I also want to be upfront too, Mira. We started doing something like that, and I'm wondering how Marisol. I'm sorry, my words. I haven't slept in 28 hours. Marisol and I could come together, because we have the Together We campaign that we've been doing for the last 7 years, and then you have the Together campaign. Why don't we bring it all up under GloCha? That's my thing. Because I'm getting older and I don't really feel like reinventing the wheel. So I'd rather bring it together with a group of people who are like-minded.
I'm open to that. For sure.
And I can get together with Miss Sol Braza. We've been trying to do this forever. So I just thought that would be really cool. And Christine, thank you for adopting that idea for street art for the cities. I really, really appreciate that, because there's so many artists that are not able to have that opportunity. And it personally means a lot to me, especially, living in New York. And so that's it. That's all I had. I wanted to just share that, Miro. I'm really excited about that. I'm loving what I'm saying now. Arts in my country under GloCha. That'd be really cool.
Super. No, thank you. We will certainly look into it and to see how we can make it happen. Before we finish, just a glimpse also of what is envisaged at this GloCha festival. As I said, it is we have the contest, we have the work with the challenges mapping, the individual SDGs and climate action tools, resource mobilization. And so this is all the tool set for a movement, for a big community. And we believe that culture is really the power house for this kind of community. And the festival can be the space and the time in a year where we all come together. And we have here the Kinderland Youth Camp at Lake Turnasee, as mentioned before. It is over there. Okay, let me spotlight that. You have seen the image there. It's just 500, 600 meters away from here. There we have the capacity of 120 people. We have a video from last year. The link, we'll share the whole presentation in the GloCha Contest Community WhatsApp group. There you can click also the link to see more about the youth camp and the cultural center. Here we will identify also the contest winners for the main awards, but also elaborate with our partners how we could have these additional awards managed and identified. We will work in workshops, in scientific paper writing, also discussion papers workshops with colleagues from UN programs, UNIDO and UNODC. They have already expressed their intent to be here with us and working on this kind of papers to outline how our solutions can help UN programs to deliver better results on the ground, to connect with citizens, and especially young people. and to get then feedback from the staff from UN agencies to improve our solutions. We will work on edutainment programs, especially also the GloCha streaming TV platform. As I mentioned, the contest is a mechanism through which we can have creative assets mining, really making the connection between these beautiful creations and the creators and the stories on the ground around the world, connecting it with global audiences. And for this, we are building a creative economy and citizen science ecosystem. We have presented this at the UN Partnership Forum and also at the UN Science, Technology and Innovation Forum in May. Here are the links. You will be able to click on them, see also the videos. They are on UN Web TV platform. So the ideas are presented in the UN setting and welcome. We are trusted partners of the UN system. And now we are building the partnerships, and we hope we will also find people who will help us with management expertise, because somehow we are a very small team here, but we want to connect and mobilize and guide and support millions of people. So we will have to grow our team and also strengthen our resource base. We will have resource mobilization innovation workshops here. We believe that Web3 technology, digital collectibles, NFTs can be one avenue for philanthropy democratization, that really everybody can invest in this kind of global ecosystem and local action. And another way is tokenization of the infrastructure that we are developing, so people can be co-owners of the information and communication technology infrastructure that we are building. Yeah, and we will have capacity building workshops, citizen science challenges mapping for creators, and we will work on games and sport. We really think, and next week we have our community talk with representatives from some pioneer cities, leading cities here in Austria and Slovenia. The community talk will be at the castle of Ljubljana, of the city of Ljubljana, because they have every year a Future of Cities conference, and we believe that with our contest, but also with sports activities and other gamification, we can really inspire people that they will support their cities and also other public and private stakeholders in efforts for sustainable development goals implementation, but especially also climate goals implementation. So this is an outline, and therefore also that I wanted to be here to give you a glimpse of this space, the area. It's beautiful, and it's waiting for the GloCha community to come here to bring new ideas and bring the passion and the energy for a better world, which is quite shaken up by so many crises. Are there any thoughts? Would somebody like to comment on this? Maurice has raised the hand. Is it still from before or now?
No, I have just raised now. Mine is just a footnote. Because as you know, this activism space is still developing. As we build a movement, I want to commit myself to make sure that the African artists are brought on board, and they produce something that we can all say that's amazing. And secondly, as we are developing this space, I would request all stakeholders, especially in this space that we are in this meeting that we are in, let us support each other in our various activities, in our various initiatives, because we are all towards one common goal. Thank you very much.
Beautiful concluding remarks which I fully support and endorse. Are there any further concluding remarks that somebody would like to share?
Yes. Would it be okay if I shared something, Miro?
Please.
Okay. So one thing I would like to know, Christina, are you there? Hello?
I
thought I
think
saw
she has
Christina.
left. Yeah.
Ah,
It was
okay.
for the first hour, but now she left again.
I have a question, Miro. Is Christina at the HLPF?
No, but she will be there on the 1st of August. Our partners from UNEP will have an event with the One Map initiative. There,
Right,
Christina
right.
said she will be in New York as well.
Okay, great. I do have a question for you. So, and if Sol Braz is there too. So for Arts and Country, please don't use that name, but use something else for it. And I have an idea, and I just wanted to ask you what you thought of it. How about, let me see, My Country and Me, or something like that? Or,
No
yeah,
worries. We can discuss this bilaterally.
okay. And then the last thing too is I wanted to know, is there anything you're going to do, Miro, leading up to this, like some kind of, commercial or anything like that?
We will have our call for this resource mobilization innovation in 2 weeks, where we
Okay,
will
great.
have
Great.
Tom
Excellent.
focusing on NFTs in the WhatsApp group, Amy Seidman, one of our Climate Change Coalition members, and also Scarlett, they are there, who mentioned that they could help us also in developing products or somehow avenues that we can tell
Okay.
people, if you want to support us, you can do so. And I have some kind of thinking and internal uh, timing that I thought we could, on the context of the International Youth Day, which is on the 12th of August, put out something where people can support us by buying some kind of digital collectibles, or what exactly it will be, I don't know yet.
Are you doing something with Ali?
Not on resource mobilization.
Okay. Because I thought that might be a great idea since he has AFS.
Yes, it's good, and he has really thousands of ingenuitive youth. We can make a call for ideas, and once our mechanism will function, we will then channel resources to youth-led projects. But currently, we will have to get our festival financed also. For the New York events, we have money reserved, but yeah, it is.
Well, and the only other thing I wanted to mention that I think is important, because this is a mistake everyone's making. The problem I'm seeing is that while I'm at the UN, it's not just UN, but it's everywhere I go. I've been to 5 continents in the last 4 months. And I just got back from Europe. And the problem that I am seeing everywhere, there is a rift that's growing in such a huge divide between young and old. Okay? I mean, the rift is getting worse and worse. One of the young people said it yesterday. Well, we are the majority. And I'm going to say this, no disrespect to anyone who may be young here. You may be the majority, but when you have to still keep coming to the older people to get the understanding, that becomes, we're all in this together. And we are all the future together. And I don't move away from that. We are all in this together. Now, how do we incorporate working together so that maybe we can bridge that divide and show that we all can work together?
Yeah, certainly. And it was also quite conscious decision from our side that we said we have no age limitations in our contest. We are not doing it only for young artists. We think everyone can contribute, and we want enable everyone to do so. Joanne Marie Kelly, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I don't know if this can fit in or help in what you're talking about, but I was saying that I was teaching at a university in Singapore for 18 years, but I have a project called When Your Feet Never Touch the Ground. And it's about young people that live in cities and rarely have any experience with nature, except maybe sequentially planted trees along a city street. And I got all these students to do drawings about their relationship to nature. And I have an IRB on it all too. So I can, publish it or share it. But I don't know if that fits into your, any of your ideas on how to connect or with young people. Just saying, just putting it out there.
Yeah, a very beautiful initiative and experience. It's really, if people would experience nature more, they would care more.
Right? It only makes sense that way. So
Makes
I don't know, you
100%
could even, use the title, When Your Feet Never Touch the Ground. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll put some of the concept and the drawings in the, I don't know. We'll see what your platform looks like in your application process. We'll see. I also was working with an anthropologist in the border region of Myanmar and Thailand, where the Kayan people and the Big-eared people had to escape from Myanmar. And I did a workshop with the kids, and my ultimate question was, what do you fear most? And every single kid did drawings about some climate catastrophe, either wind that would blow their roofs of their house off, or the river, rising above its boundaries and flooding their village. Every single kid. So I thought that was pretty amazing. I don't know. I'll see how I can apply these things to your platform.
Yeah. And we have Mika has somehow also Vanhanen from Finland. He has suggested that we open up not only to music and visual arts, but say that there's an additional subcategory for innovative forms of artistic expression. So you could perhaps, in this additional subcategory that will be, you could perhaps have a report about your experience with these kids. That you would create a video where you would explain that this was the task with the kids, and that this were the paintings that that you have then received, and perhaps filming some statements of kids that that are expressing their fears or thinking regarding the future. This could be also a video, let's say, some 4, 5, 6 minutes or so, and this could be an additional in the subcategory of innovative forms of artistic expression, perhaps thinking in this direction, because this story that you said is very important. It's really somehow sensing the pulse of the time of our time by listening to the kids. That's very valuable, very important.
Yeah, I think so too. And it was all about fears when even the feet never, when your feet never touch the ground, how they're just so scared to walk in the woods, scared of the ocean, since they have really so little experience. Well, thank you. I don't want to take up your time, but
No, I'm enjoying this kind of conversation. And you are also welcome to share it in the WhatsApp community. You're thinking, perhaps you find then also others are thinking in similar directions, and we can take it
okay,
from
thank
there.
you.
You're most welcome. So, and with this, I thank everyone for joining, for your very valuable contributions, and let me spotlight for you again the lake, which is now waiting. Now it's waiting for me to jump in. I'm crossing the lake several times a year. I have my own Olympiad, trying to cross it 30 times in the summer. And the lake and the nearby youth camp and cultural center, they are waiting also for you, for our community, to convene here in September and or in the coming years. It will be a tradition that we will meet here every year. Okay, and with this, thanks again. If you have time, please join us next week. It will be very interesting. I'm quite sure next week, the session with the cities, I believe that that there will be a lot of momentum and even resources coming from cities because they have ambitious goals, but the political support, the public support for climate action and so is somehow decreasing. Right-wing populist politicians are somehow eroding trust in this kind of structures. But with our culture and youth and creativity focused approaches, we can re-energize this action for the climate and for the common good on the local level. And we will have gamification, and yeah, this I'm quite optimistic that the call next week will bring us a lot of new ideas, new partners, new energy, and also resources. Okay, all the best, everyone. Have a good day and good week. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.